What's going on, everyone? Vampyr Gaming here, and today we're going to be taking a look at what I believe is one of people's most exciting, the deck that people are most excited for in OP08, and that is, of course, Kalgara. Now, Kalgara is Dawn X1. When attacking, you must subscribe. You put a character with the Shandoran Warriors type from your hand into play that has a cost equal to or less than the number of Dawn you control. Then, if you played a card, put the top card of your life into your hand. So you used life as a resource, something we're semi-familiar with yellow. However, what's insane about this is, of course, we have some of the warriors that we just got added that, of course, not this wiper, but the other wiper. But we've got Wiper as a Shandora warrior. We got Kalgara as a Shandoran warrior. And we've got Wiper. That's really the only ones that have this type to my knowledge. But, you know, we got to light the flames of Shandora. The cool thing is, of course, once you have 6 Dawn, on 7, you could play one of these, attach one, swing, play another one, and it puts a ton of pressure on the board by instantly having 2 8Ks. So this deck, I think a great way to compare it is as a yellow Zorro, except your bodies are a little bit bigger and you get all the great things of yellow. So the approach that I took to this deck is the aggressive approach. So first up, of course, we have the Rush Enel. Again, leveraging that life, but also with a sticky body with Rush. And so you can apply pressure with this. Then we also play Ohm. So the amazing package everybody's familiar with. This card is a 6K once you're at 2 life and you manipulate your own life. And then on top of that, you get to search for a Holy. And if you find it, you can play Holy. If you already have it, you can still play Holy. And you on 4 establish 7 Dawn. So you get the goal obviously is Dawn efficiency. So on 5 you could play these two, attach 1, swing, play out Wiper, and you just got 4, 7, 12 Dawn worth of place on your 5 Dawn curve. So you can really go super wide and just super aggressive with this deck, which is our goal here with this list. Then, of course, we got Satori. He's just the Sky Island because we are playing a Sky Island package. We do want to just go ahead and play this as it becomes a searchable 2K with Shura. Shura, you can look at the top 5, reveal 1 Sky Island. Things like Wiper counts as Sky Island. Kalgara is a Sky Island. This other Wiper is. Mont Blanc Noland is not, but it gets you a lot of the cards that you would want to see. And so a lot of your deck is searchable. So we do want to play this. And, of course, you get the trigger-free search. Now we've got Holy, the 3-5 vanilla, solid 3 Dawn turn play, or solid off of O. Now Wiper, this card is really interesting. So Rage You can return 1 cost, 1 stage to the bottom of the owner's deck. So you can hit Rage You, or you can hit the stage for 3-day 2Y Luffy if they are still playing that. Or you can bottom deck your own stage. And then you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Upper Yard or Shandoran Warrior, and add it to your hand. Then put the rest on the bottom. So you can use him to get your search. You can search for the field spell, and you can continue searching for the other cards as well. But he's going to get you your pieces, because really you just want to slam down 2 of these. Like, on the turn, you want to slam down 2 of these and just create a ton of pressure. And then you got, of course, Kalgara. Kalgara, the 6-8. This is one of those where it's like, wow, you can play this body. Because he says any Shandoran, which means any card, like kind of like Buggy. Buggy can cheat out a 10 cost. However, the 10 cost has some requirements. Same thing here. You can cheat out these guys, but these don't have that. But if they were to make it 7 with no requirements, you could also just cheat out a 7 with the leader ability. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the best cards. So you, of course, you take your life. But our boy, Nolan the Liar, if you're familiar, On play, if your leader has the Shandoran warrior type, so it's oh. Oops. Oh, I'm on, yeah, I'm on red. I'm gonna leave this in. That's embarrassing. Ha! But, yeah, and you have Kalgara, so you want, of course, you want this Kalgara, and then you play him. So you can swing 6, play Kalgara. So on 6 Dawn, you can attach 1, swing 6, play this Kalgara, lose a life, cast Nolan, and then add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. So once this Kalgara is in play, you get to use Nolan and heal. And it is, I believe this is the most effective heal for what you pay. And so you just get to gain 1 life. So you essentially got to play him for free. And so you can combo that on 6. Again, why we want this searcher here to kind of get there. And we're just going super wide with all of these bodies. Then, of course, the Viper is a 2K. So it gives us another 2K, which is nice. And then on play, so he is actually kind of good. But because you get the search top 4, reveal 1 upper yard, then add to your hand, then put the remaining on the bottom, and then you can play upper yard. So we'll talk about upper yard later, but I'm not like a huge believer in the upper yard strat, just because the event, if you're familiar, is not great. Actually, let's take a look. It's on play, look at the top 5, reveal 1 character with the Sky Island, and add it to your hand, and place the remaining. So it's a stage searcher that does nothing else, but it does enable Viper. So you've got the stage, so it is just another searcher. It's a 1-cost searcher. Do I think that you could up this count? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think in terms of flex, we'll talk about flex in a sec, but I think in terms of flex, you can definitely flex out some cards and play for upper yard. I know some people prefer to play that, but I think that's fine. And then Ace. Again, we just want to play these aggro. If we're not playing Ohm and Holly, and also late game, we want to be able to spam these down along with existing Kalgaras. So you're like going, you go like 7, 7, 9, 9, and just apply a ton of pressure. But yeah, so we play Ace because you're, again, life manipulation. We're going to go down in life because we're using it as a resource, which makes Portgas D Ace for the Rush live. And then we've got the 0 cost event. We do play a couple of bricks, especially with the Enel. So this is a brick, and so is Ace. These are, in my opinion, we'll just kind of talk about the flex. These are both flex, in my opinion. I don't think you have to run these. I think these are really good. Again, it's searchable. You can search it off of Shura, and you can search it off of upper yard, and he's sticky. So they usually aren't incentivized to remove him, or if they do, it's costing a lot of resources, and it's valuable for you. And so, yeah, we want to play the 0 cost. Plus, if it's the last life, nobody's ever, this card is, if it's your last life, just wins games. And so you put yourself in a position to be lucky, which I am a fan of. And then, so one of the newer cards, OP07, that we haven't seen a lot of play, which is Flame Split, which lets you, again, further this aggro. It gives your leader or 1 character 1,000 power for the turn, so you can protect your leader by becoming a 6k leader, or if you activate 2, you can become a 7k leader, because it is for the turn, and this is main/counter. So you can become a 6k leader during your opponent's turn, which can be really big. But then on top of that, after this, if your opponent has 2 or less life, rest up to one of your opponent's characters 4 cost or lower. So you can rest Rebecca's, you can rest Borsalino as he makes his way back in. These are both really good, of course, as we have Kalgara's, and we're probably ideally dropping 2 of these in a turn, which puts on a ton of pressure and probably gets him below that 2 life point. So this card actually puts in a ton of work, and in my opinion, is shaping itself up to be like a new yellow staple in its own way. And of course, the Earth won't lose. I don't know what this card is actually, but I know it has the thing. But yeah, it's if your leader has a Shandoran type, up to one of your characters gain 3,000 power for this battle, then play up to 1 upper yard from your hand. So you can hold this, and then you can use it to play out upper yard and search during your opponent's turn. You also get the trigger to draw 2 and then discard 1. And so I think in terms of cards you can just play, I think Amaru has a spot here. Flame Split does something similar. It rests a 2 in the same way that Amaru does, but gets you slightly more value, but less power. In the same right, you could find an argument to play Amaru. You could cut down these aces, up your upper yards. I would cut ace before I cut Enel, just because Enel is searchable. But in that same right, you could argue to cut Enel because you can search him, whereas you can't search ace. But a 5-7 rush is always nice. Nobody ever feels great when somebody drops the ace. It's like, oh dang, because you just see his stat. These stats are so good. I wish Red just had a 5-7 rusher. But yeah, I will definitely get some gameplay of Kalgara going in the future. So subscribe if you want to see that, and let me know, what are you playing in your Kalgara in the comments below.